I really feel like the title ally is something that is conferred upon you by others who speak to your solidarity. So I strive to be an ally for others. And I do that by speaking up whenever I have the opportunity to notice if people are being treated unfairly or experiencing interpersonal stigma or discrimination.
I was just always under the assumption that because I identify as a gay man, that I'm just an ally to the LGBTQ community. And that's just not true. You're not a full ally, really, until you actually can understand other people in the LGBTQ community, understand their specific struggles and their similarities and differences, and how to help them grow.
The advice I would give is like, be very aware of who you are and what that means to the table that you're sitting at. I think being aware of yourself first is always the step towards like aiding others and being a journey for others, or being part of a journey for others. And the step after understanding yourself, I guess, would be being very educated.
I feel like effective allyship is also like showing up and showing out. Like, first of all, educating yourself, informing yourself so that whatever you do is actually like guided and not just like reckless activism, I suppose. And then if you have the effort and if you have the resources to leverage those within your privilege and work towards communities that need your help.
My research focuses on LGBTQ health with a strong focus on trans people of color and improving health equity. So I really dedicated my research career to seeking health justice. And that is, I think, where I mostly show up as an ally.
But there is a process of development. And honestly, from what I understand about many of the people who are really highly effective allies, they have developed as gradually through day-to-day interactions, involvement with people that they meet on a day-to-day basis, personal basis, professional basis, business basis, and they have gradually taken on these roles. So I think that is probably a desirable way to encourage people to act as allies.
Johns Hopkins makes an effort to be inclusive of people's differences. I'm not saying they always succeed at it, but they are making the effort, which is more than a lot of places can say.
I've seen like administration, like especially my department, push for changes. I could tell that they went and got their own education about it and are pushing for changes that make me and people like me feel more included, such as saying, hey, put pronouns in your signature on your email.
In situations when you're like introducing yourself to a group of people, if like the professor or whoever doesn't say to include pronouns in your intro, just add them in, because that normalizes it, that makes it easier, because then now, well, everybody has to say it. And so trans people don't feel like, oh, I'm being like special, I'm like asking for something. You're just doing what everyone else is doing.
The people around me, most of them are not like queer people. Like when I first came out and I was going through that process, and the way my friends like really responded, I think that compassion, that empathy, that understanding, that is like really, I would say, like an allyship. I mean, I'm constantly trying to educate them on things and all, but I think I'm very grateful to that how like open-minded people I have been always like surrounded with. So that's something like really amazing.
I feel like being an ally is something that you have to put work into, and I learned how to do that here at Hopkins.